Hello, freaky friends. It's just your friendly neighborhood horror writer, dark fantasy writer, whatever you want to call me, Tia. And this month is November, which means it's Nano Wrimo month. Did I say that right? I just happened to start my writing schedule in November. I tend to write from November to February. That is my quiet time of year. And I'm able to hibernate, and there's good rainstorms, and it's nice and cold. And that tends to lend to my best writing. But since Nano is here, let's talk about it. I know a lot of you have a book idea, and Nano is a great way to get you inspired and get up off your butt, or actually get on your butt and start writing. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice, and I'm going to point you to two books that really helped me with my first novel. If you are really excited about writing a book in 30 days, I recommend A Book a Month. You can get this at Barnes & Noble. It was $23, and it breaks down every day what your goals should be to be able to reach your goal of writing a book in a month. Really helped me organize myself and organize my thoughts and how to go about the process and reaching my goal. It is a godsend when it comes to the technicals and the schedule of writing. There is a lot of charts and questions that you can fill out, and it teaches you how to organize your thoughts in such a way to be productive, which is very tricky for us creative types. Let me give you an example of week 1. Day 1, write 1-sentence summary of your book, map your story ideas, and then the actual story idea map. Day 2, draft your scene cards. Scene cards, it tells you how to make scene cards, which are very handy. Day 3, complete at-a-glance outline and start your research. Day 4, develop your characters, character story sketch, character snapshots, character revealing scenes. Day 5, develop Act 1 to a turning point and brainstorm your turning point. Day 6, keep writing, bounce your backstory. Day 7, find and fill story holes, plot holes. That is week 1, and that is about on par on what works for me. I'm doing something very similar. I'm on week 1 of working on the Wendigo Rising. I am doing my research. I'm gathering all my notes from story ideas that I've had over the past year and a half, working on my audiobook. I'm working on my outline, trying to give it a little bit more structure. There are a few pivotal moments that I'm not sure where I want them to lead yet. And I am doing lots of research. I happen to be writing my second book in a ice storm and a snowstorm. And I get to watch a lot of videos, read a lot of articles, and research is actually one of my favorite parts of writing a book. So I'm in week 1. I'm not sticking to the strictness of book in a month because I don't think you can write a good book in a month unless you are a seasoned writer like King or Hamilton or whatever. And if it's your first book, you're still learning your process, and you're going to have a lot of mental roadblocks to kind of break down to be able to get on your writing schedule. I think it's a fair goal to have a very ugly, rough draft in 30 days. But ready to go to the publisher? Not so much. My goal is to have my ugly, rough draft done in about a month, month and a half, if the ideas keep coming. Sometimes you're just hitting your head against the wall. The second book that I would definitely recommend, Stephen King on writing. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Stephen King. He is very prolific, and, you know, his writing can be a little bit hit or miss. But overall, the man has great ideas, and he is doing something right. I would take his book from a more of a creative, intellectual side of writing. It's not technical, you know, with a schedule or, you know, do this, do that, do this. It kind of helps you work through the creative process and that inner dialogue. And it does read kind of like a biography at the same time. And I think it will give you insights that most people do not give to writers. It's more cerebral. It's about the creative process. It's definitely looking at it from an artist perspective, but he does give a lot of great technical tips on how to write a better story and to look out for some pitfalls that a lot of new writers fall in head first. I know I am definitely guilty of that. I would recommend getting both these books together because together they will give you all that you need to write your book. The only other thing you need is just to get up off your ass, well, actually get on your ass and get writing. So I'm in week 1 with Wendigo Rising, and this is when I do my research. This is when I start doing my character sheets for my God box. If you've watched my other videos, then you know what the God box is. Please forgive me. That particular video, I was very high on cold medication. I'm a little off the rails a little bit, but I may make another video about the God box. But that's my character sheets for items, people. I even make character sheets per book because my characters tend to change, you know, grow like they should. Right now I'm doing sketches like this to help get my mind going, especially if I'm hitting a roadblock. If I start sketching characters and places, I'll start having those ideas come to me, especially if I've written myself into a corner. I'll be doing research about maps of national parks because I will be creating my own map for my own national park for my next book. I'm doing lots of research about winter weather, freak ice storms, survivors, and things like that, which is very interesting. I have to say, I personally hate the cold. So to me, being trapped in a blizzard is my own personal hell. I am working on my outlines. I have 3-4 whiteboards surrounding me right now with lots of notes and outlines. And right now I'm just kind of weaving them into place, sort of. And I will start hardcore writing next week. So I have 2 side stories that I'm probably going to let stand on their own and put them on Amazon separately because I don't want them to bog down, weight down Wendigo Rising. They have some pertinent information, but you should be able to read Wendigo Rising without having to read the short stories. But if you read the short stories, it'll make both my books all the more richer for you. So I want to wish everybody good luck on Nano, and let's get started. I would recommend, if you could only afford one of these books, they're both $18 and $25. I would highly recommend getting the 30-day book first and then getting the King second. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or even book recommendations or Nano insight, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and the bell and whatever you need to do. I make videos when I feel like I have something to say. I feel like I'm going to have a lot to talk about since all of us are trying to get some writing done. Hopefully Wendigo Rising will be a lot smoother than my first book, but we will see. Wishing us all good luck on our projects. May the night protect you as you protect the night.